Oh, excuse me. I was just drinking from my brand new Dark Side koozie. Thank you for joining us here at the Dark Side. Rose is going to kill me.
Oh, no.
Here in Sarasota, Florida, where it's always beautiful or gray or both. I am Paul. Rose is behind the camera.
Hello.
We've got some new books to go over this week. If this is your first time joining us, there's a link below. Fill that out. We invoice right after the show. The sooner you pay, the sooner we ship. We do $9.99 flat rate shipping. So essentially, if it fits in a priority mail bag, we'll ship it for $10.
Hey.
Yes. So I covered everything, right?
Yeah,
All right.
that's about it.
Good. Good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a long week.
It has been a long
I'm
week.
exhausted.
It's only Wednesday.
It is.
Yeah. But we've got some cool comics.
We do have some cool comics.
And some really good back issues.
We got some really good back issues.
Stuff that we haven't shown before.
Indeed. Stuff that I just discovered, buried in the secret mounds of the back room.
Okay.
It's cavernous back here.
Oh, yeah. All of those boxes we have yet to go through.
Yes.
And there's gold in them there boxes.
I found a box labeled 1962.
Just...
Yeah.
Okay.
It was new stuff in there. It was just said 1962. So, shall we begin with this week's comics?
We shall.
All right.
There weren't a ton.
There wasn't a lot, but there at the same time there was.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't a lot. It was a good amount of lot. Of course, I only have enough time to read so many, so I read ones that interest me. You read ones that interest you. If you've been watching us before, you know there's not a lot of superhero stuff.
Yeah.
There's a couple this week that I did.
You can watch movies for that.
Yes. So we're going to start off with something we both read, and I'm really disappointed that it's the final issue of the story arc and not to return till next year.
Oof.
Barbaric number 3. This is easily one of my favorite books of the year. It is just so fun. It's violent. It's hilarious. It's Conan, but funny.
Yeah. It brought a little more humor to this issue than the previous one.
Well, yeah, the last one was like the doom and gloom one.
The first issue is still the best.
It's hilarious.
It's so funny. This one was good. Like, amazing action art. Like the one panel that happens like right before that.
Yeah.
Like with the guy, and just kind of very cool.
When I was reading it last night, I mentioned before that like if they made a movie, like the axe should be voiced by Bruce Campbell, but I couldn't place who would play Owen, the man, and I realized it should just be Bruce Campbell.
Just
let him bulk up a bit, and he could be like dark and broody as the warrior, and then he could be his snarky version as the axe. Because it'd be great.
Okay. I don't know who I want to play Owen. But yeah, it's good, and it's a nice little opener 3-issue arc, so you can get a feel for the character. Looks like there's some adventures to be had after
Vampires.
Vampires, yes.
Ooh. Coming in 2022.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool.
Yes.
I like how they were introduced as well.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah.
hey, this is going on.
Oh, he's like, you're a vampire. That's great. Next up, vinyl number 3. We are actually sold out of this. This one belongs to Christian, our cohort, who is currently on vacation.
And watching and mad that you found cool stuff that he doesn't know about yet. He's texting.
So this is going to go right in his box, but I do have 5 more on order. So if you had been picking this up, we'll have more hopefully Friday or Saturday. I can set those aside for you. And it's just so insane. It's just so good. Insane.
Fun time, super
my goodness.
serial killer shenanigans.
Yes. If you like serial killers and nonsense, it's very good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's bloody, it's violent, it's comedic,
Mhm.
and this one ends like on a really great, just like whoa.
I've been reading it, but
Mhm.
because we were out, so
Yeah.
I didn't have a chance to.
Well, you can read this one because Christian is
No,
going to be back.
Yeah.
Oh, but then you're leaving, so
Yeah.
you have one day to read it. I didn't read this one. Rose did.
I did.
Winter Guard #1.
Hey, if you like the Black Widow movie, you will like this book. So Winter Guard is basically Russian Avengers, but with a few looser morals and scruples.
Okay.
There's obviously a lot of backstory in it that I had not read.
Because they're characters that you're maybe not familiar with.
Sure. And you know how like sometimes it'll be like, oh, well, you were here when this, and there's like a little asterisk and it tells you the issue. It referred to an issue that came out in 2018. I was like, okay, well, I don't have an eidetic memory. It was fun. They make a lot of use of the color red, just to let you know that it's in Russia. Like how in Mexico everything's yellow.
Right.
Like just that filter. And also all of the Russian characters do not use articles in their speaking.
Well, yeah, because why would they?
Yeah, but it was just across the board. I was like, I get it.
I feel like that would annoy me.
Yeah. But yeah, it was kind of interesting. You don't know who's a bad guy or who's a good guy because the good guys act like bad guys. Right. I like it, but yeah, if you liked that movie, you would like this book.
Speaking of movies, looks like we sold out of the A cover of this. This is Superman 78. Just like last week or 2 weeks ago, we had Batman 89. This is a comic book continuation of the movie. No, this first issue isn't standout. There's nothing really great about it, but it is fun reading it in their voices.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Marlon Brando looks like Marlon Brando, for good or ill.
Mm-mm.
But it's introduces Brainiac into that version of the Superman world, and it's good. Like I wouldn't, yeah, especially if you love Superman, if you love the Christopher Reeve Superman, this is definitely on your list.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It is. And they got the likenesses down really well.
Mm-hmm.
Darkhawk #1.
I very much liked it. This is my book of the week.
Really?
Surprisingly, because it's a superhero book and it's very, very mainstream.
And it's 90s extreme superhero.
It not so much.
You know, they tone him down.
Well, so it introduces a new character who takes on the Darkhawk persona. So it's not a revamp of the old one. So it's a high school kid, star basketball player, and some things start happening to him. It tells a lot of story about this kid, and there's a lot of like, I don't remember if it's ethos or pathos in it. I hate that you're drinking it like that. I hate it.
Drinking it like what?
Mm-hmm. You care a lot about this kid in just a few pages. And it did a really, really nice job of introducing him, and then he kind of gets thrown these powers. I think it kind of reminded me of Radiant Black, like that first issue, but much better.
Okay.
And then, of course, the last panel. You see the twist coming, and then it's like, okay, but then there's an actual one. It's like, I will continue to read. I liked it, and you don't have to know about Darkhawk mythos. So that's
I wonder how the Darkhawk loyalists are going to feel about that.
I don't know, but I don't know why they're introducing this. Like
nostalgia.
I mean, I've not heard any inkling of him being.
Yeah. Well, nobody has ever been like, man, I wish they'd bring back Darkhawk.
Yeah. So I feel like it's a weird time for it. Unless, of course, next week they say like, hey.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet is already signed on for it or something.
Odd choice.
I don't know. I thought of what a young kid is.
He's like 30.
Yeah.
Next up, another Superman vs. Lobo from DC's Black Label. This is fun. Even though it's a Black Label, which it should be mature, this is kind of toned down with its like there's still like gore and stuff, but it's not as vulgar or violent as I expect my Lobo to be.
Yeah, surprising based on the character.
And I think they're just trying to play it safe. There's a lot of allegory, not even allegory. It's straight up like referencing social media and how easily influenced people are.
And swayed.
Yes, Lex Luthor has his own social.
He's on TikTok.
He has his own, Facebook called Lexer, and he's poisoning people against Superman and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
It's good though. I think that's just issue 1. Issue 2, like there's no way they can bring that through. It might come back in issue 3, but it's fun.
Huh.
It's fun.
It's weird that they toned it down.
I mean, it's a Black Label book, and they still like censor the bad words.
Kind of like those Injustice games that are basically Mortal Kombat, but then like you don't have brutal finishers and stuff because they can't have Superman killing people. Eric is here.
Evening, Eric. I don't think I grabbed any X-Men books for back issue, so you just have to watch and enjoy us. Not my book of the week. I don't think I have a book of the week, but this is a one-shot that is probably, I think it's leading into a series. It is Lester of the Lesser Gods from Albatross Press, from Eric Powell, the creator of Goon, and Lucky Yates, who's a writer on Archer. He also voices what's his name? Krieger. It's ridiculous, it's violent, it's vulgar, it's stupid. It's this guy here, Lester, is the son of Odin, and he brings about the end times, and that's when he thrives. And the whole time I'm reading this, I'm reading it in the voice of the Simpsons comic book guy, because that's his dialogue.
Oof.
And I mean, if this B cover doesn't give you a sense of what it is, it's fun and it's stupid. It's a one shot, but at the very end it says to be continued. So I think they're just testing the waters with this.
Sure. Real quick, Ian James Smith on YouTube. Is the Barbaric 3 and Superman vs. Lobo still available?
Yes.
We have multiple copies of
yes.
each? Okay. So yeah, we can set those aside. Ian James Smith. I don't know if you're local or not.
We'll go ahead.
But yeah, we can pull something for you.
Let's put those right up there.
No problem.
Remember that. Marvel Voices Identity.
Mm-hmm.
How was this?
It was nice. They've been doing this kind of lately.
Like all year, yeah.
Yeah, these little short stories about a certain group of people. So this one focuses, it's like 7 or 8 stories on Asian superheroes in the Marvel universe. Yeah, Jimmy was a superhero. We'll call him that.
Yeah, he is. He was a superhero.
His was actually my favorite.
Yeah.
Not just because of who he is as a character, but I liked that one very much. And it's him set kind of like as a G-Man in the 60s, I believe.
Well, he debuted in like the 50s.
So yeah, it's reminiscent of that, but it's him being more kind of like a Men in Black agent, honestly.
Well, yeah, that's fitting.
Yeah. They were nice. Completely just wildly different art styles and writing styles, like all over the place. But it was a nice little introduction to characters that people might not know.
Yeah, like Silk. When it's Marvel.
Yeah. So a lot of them wouldn't really generally cross over this. So you might not have read anything in their arcs, but it's pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah. The Silk and Amadeus Cho one at the end was particularly good.
Why isn't he on the cover?
I don't know. Weird. But basically they fight against some villain who's like, you guys are the B team. And they're like, well, we're still going to kick your butt. He's like, do you know how hard it is? Like, have nobody ever see you or care about? And they're like, yeah, we're Asian American. And then like this whole thing about, they let some aggression out
Mhm.
which is pretty great.
Can we help you, sir?
Individual magic cards? You saw those?
They're going to be up front at the counter,
Okay. I'll
helping customers on stuff.
Um,
Next up, we've got Maiden Korea number 4, which it kind of feels like it's the end of a story arc.
I don't know. It's hard to.
Well, I mean, she's not in America anymore.
Well, yeah, but these issues just kind of end
They do. They do.
with not much inkling.
I still have number 3 here because I got caught up. I read issue 3 last night as well as issue 4. It goes on a very weird, like domestic terrorism sort of tangent, which is weird.
Yeah. With all of these great ideas,
Yes,
that's what they went with, and it felt kind of like a low shot, I guess.
I know that it threw you off, but at the same time, like we don't know how many issues they plan on. So if it's a long, like 20-issue story they're telling, like that's just the beginning, and it's something that could grow and develop more.
I mean, I guess it.
Yeah,
I,
it took a left turn from where you'd expect it to go, which
Yeah.
I think might be a good thing. I mean, because if it was just telling the same old sci-fi story you were expecting. Then...
Mhm.
But next up, I mean, I generally try to stick with the number 1s and number 2s when doing the new comics. But I mean, Thor has just been amazing.
You love this
It's just
book.
so good. It's so good. Like half of this issue is Thor and Jane Foster just walking through New York, and like he's telling her his problems because like the hammer doesn't respond to him anymore, and other people can pick it up, and she's just being like, "What's wrong with you?" And then like
You're still Thor.
and then like he walks off to a hot dog vendor and he starts talking in like bro. And she's like, "What is wrong with you?"
He's just having a crisis. I get it.
It's good. It's good. And there's a guest artist. I forget Bandini. I forget her first name. But it's a nice change of art style where it's still good, still solid, but it's a little more lighthearted.
Cool. Ian James Smith, who had asked on YouTube, because we can't respond on YouTube,
Right.
says he has an account, Ian Smith, and they'll pick him up tomorrow.
Okay.
So it'll be in a box for you.
Excellent. Yes, Hunter, do you have a question? Okay. Lastly, for the new books, we got 2 covers here. Echo Lands. This is a sci-fi fantasy action mashup told widescreen. And really, whether or not you end up liking the story, the artwork is phenomenal. It's just a mashup of different art styles. J.H. Williams III is amazing. I've been singing his praises since I read Promethea 20 years ago. It's just great. He throws in a bunch of different styles and a bunch of different techniques. It follows this girl, Hope. And she comes from like a fantasy type of realm, and like it's basically a bunch of realms coming together, merging, and there's science fiction things, and there's fantasy things, and reality things. It's just weird, and it's good.
I'm pushing back on that. I wasn't a huge fan.
I liked it.
Like I told you before, like it reminded me of crossover, especially like that one panel of like
where there's like a panel of like arches, ancient arches, and then like a big hamburger sign, and just like
characters in all sorts of different art styles and stuff
different
like
art
that.
styles. Yeah,
The splash page is pretty cool, like the face blue.
Yeah, artistically, it's beautiful.
I felt like it's throwing a few too many things at me, and like even when I was reading the preview for it, they said that it's got all sorts of different things, and like the start of an epic adventure.
Yes.
And honestly, like after I read it, I was like, I'm tired. I don't want to go on an epic adventure.
I was just the opposite. I was weary going into it because it looks like it's going to be like a dense story, like too many words. I just want to read a comic book. But like I found that like the more I read, the easier into it I was. It was just going and going and going. and there's like an evil like priest dictator guy.
Yeah,
There's like would be like Nazis,
kind of Nazis, but Nazis
Yeah.
in like
generic fascists.
Red Riding Hood kind of a thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
There's a lot, and I like it. I'm there for it.
Yeah, it was still entertaining. It was definitely entertaining, and I'm definitely gonna read the second one to see what happens with it. But yeah, it was just an off week, like for me to love a superhero book. It's like, what? Ian James Smith would also like to take the Black Hood / Cape cover of Echolands.
Look at that. I mean, that's a spoiler image, but
Yeah,
you don't know what it is. Which one?
you don't know what it is.
Which one?
The Black Hood Cape.
Okay.
That one. Yeah, the other one.
Okay, which I believe is the last copy we have of that.
Well, hey.
Same person?
Yes.
Okay.
Ian Smith.
There we
We're
go.
gonna take this.
Thank you, Ian.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's our batch of new comics for the week.
Yeah, I mean some good ones, and I mean there were also a lot more, a lot of other books that came out this week too.
Mm-hmm.
But we just try to highlight number ones and things that we really think are standouts.
Yeah, like there's Alien #6 came out. There's another Superman book, The Son of Kal-El. A lot of Superman this week.
Yeah, it was.
There are 3 Spider-Man books this week.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Mm-hmm. King Spawn #1 came out, but neither of us are big Spawn people.
Yeah.
I've always loved the art and like the character designs in Spawn, but I just feel like it's always been written by an 8th grader. And that's not like, I don't mean that disparagingly. I just like but that's the only way it comes off, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Well, not much to be saved there.
Hmm.
I suppose we should move on to some back issues.
We can. Any comic news or such? Things you're watching?
No, but it's really cool. We did just get in. The good folks at FX on Hulu sent us in a pack of Why the Last Man stickers and posters, which I don't have a poster of.
We have them.
But yeah, we've got stickers and posters in the store. If we ship these out to you, if we ship out books to you, we'll toss in a sticker.
Yeah. Ashley Stoops is here, says hello everyone. Ian James Smith is also going to take the Lester cover B.
Excellent.
And says thanks, Darkside, you rock. And I appreciate that.
Thank you. We're here to have a good time.
We are. Did you see Jake Gyllenhaal is going to star and produce in Oblivion Song?
Oh yeah. I didn't see that he was going to produce it, but
Mhm.
Oblivion Song is an awesome sci-fi story.
Mhm.
It's so good.
I know you like it.
It's so good. It's well written and it's fast paced and it's got a lot of cool ideas and a lot of cool character stuff in it. And it's Robert Kirkman from The Walking Dead
Mm-hmm.
and Invincible.
Mm-hmm. Guy maybe knows how to tell a story.
Maybe.
Why
do we have a?
I don't know, but let's move on.
All right. First thing is going to be one of those good old bundle packs that we like to do. We've got Grey Hulk. All 6 issues from Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. Back in the 2000s, they were doing this. They did like Spider-Man Blue or Captain America White. Sounds a little racist. But all of the books that they've done together have been very good.
It's a good team. They're
It's
a good team.
great team. People that brought you the long Batman stories.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got all 6 of these, $25, and they're all in really good shape. We're gonna kind of jump back and forth between stuff. We've got Avengers number 195 at a 7 for $20. First cameo appearance of Taskmaster.
I'm fine. Don't mind me.
Rose is being weird, everybody.
I am not being. I'm fixing a camera.
There's nothing wrong with the camera.
There very much is. You don't see it because you're just up there, just hawking books.
Let's see here. Yeah, we got Brave and the Bold number 59 at a 6 for $50. First team up between Batman and Green Lantern. Overall, this book is gorgeous, but the spine is right up top here is separated. That is the only reason it is a 6. It is in really, really good shape. Outside of that, $50. First team up of Batman and Green Lantern. Some glare on there. You know. Another Brave and the Bold, number 50, 9 issues earlier at a 5. The first team up of Green Arrow and the Martian Manhunter. Martian is one of my favorite DC characters, good old John Johns.
That's not the Martian Manhunter. It's the Manhunter from Mars.
Again, another early team up. We're just issues away between these two, issues away from the Justice League. A lot of glare in here tonight. Put the blinds down.
Yeah, eventually. We have so many plans.
Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 4. I love this issue. This is the 3rd appearance of Mysterio. Yet, he's in costume. His first 3 appearances are in costume. And they're retconned. Apparently, he was in Amazing Spider-Man number 2, but he was in disguise.
Yeah. That was a weird one.
But it's in pretty good shape. Best shape I've seen this book in the store. $55.
Cool.
Glare. I think that's enough Spider-Man for now.
One is enough Spider-Man?
One is enough.
Okay.
Let's move on to an Iron Man.
Sure. Let's do that.
This is a cool one because I didn't realize this happened in an Iron Man book. This is the resurrection of Killmonger. And it is Iron Man Annual number 5. It's a really cool cover. Look at that.
Yeah, that is really neat.
$20. There is still rumor and speculation that What's-His-Face is going to come back in Black Panther 2. I don't think that's going to happen. But
Killmonger or
yeah,
Iron Man?
Killmonger.
Because I was like, one of those is much bigger than the other.
But yeah, resurrection of Killmonger.
That reminds me, did you watch that What If yet?
Today's What If? No.
No,
Last week said yes.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was pretty good.
It was good.
Thanos was weird.
That's what those shows are for, to put in some comic relief.
Absolutely. And I love that.
All right. Nice chunk of Batman here. We've got Batman number 159. The Great Clay-Faced Joker Feud.
Oh, wow. There's a lot going on there.
Got it down, graded at a 4. It's not in great shape. It is readable. Everything is intact. $55.
Mm-hmm. What would you want everything?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Batman 197. This one is in worse shape. I like to bring you the quality books. This is graded at a 2. It is the 4th Silver Age appearance of Catwoman, the 5th appearance of the new Batgirl. The lower half of this has pretty severe water damage. Again, it's readable if you just need a reader copy of this 70-year-old book.
Yeah, or you want a book that looks like it's 70 years old.
Right.
Look how far we've come.
$20 for that.
Mr. John Knightson is here.
Good evening, sir. Got another Batman. This is one of my favorite covers, even though it is just an homage to an early Batman cover. Got Batman 227. I almost saved this for the Halloween show.
That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
It is graded at a 3. It is in rough shape. There's a giant chunk right there out of the cover and goes into the top couple of pages. On top of some other blemishes here and there. The book is intact. All the pages are there. But I mean, the cover alone, it's amazing.
That is so nice.
Batman 244, iconic Ra's al Ghul story. This issue features the iconic kiss between Ra's al Ghul and Batman. You're not going to correct me? Talia al Ghul.
Oh, I was
it's the famous image where he's like shirtless but still wearing the cowl.
Yeah. Oh.
$60.
227 is going to go to Mr. Edson.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
there we go.
We've had that Ra's al Ghul a couple of times and have sold it.
Yes. Well, it's an important book.
I mean, it's a sexy book. Look at that.
Yeah, look at this old man. That's my goal. That's my goal when I'm resurrected 6 times.
Yeah.
Batman 357, the first cameo appearance of Jason Todd, who's visually retconned later on. I think he's blonde in this. And it's the second cameo appearance of Killer Croc. It's a really good looking book for $90.
It's also the 4th appearance of Mysterio for some reason.
Yeah.
Why not?
He's in there in disguise. And then we've also got 386, the first appearance of Black Mask.
Always liked Black Mask.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Batman's face of goth against like so many like mafia types like Carmine Falcone and stuff like that. But it's just he's got that extra edge to him that's just wonderful.
I do prefer the later Mask where it's a skull.
Oh, totally, but still.
Because then he's just like he looks like a Dick Tracy villain there.
He very much looks like a Dick Tracy villain.
So we got that for $50. Another good looking book. Well,
the Batman animated Under the Red Hood had a very good Black Mask. I like the characterization of it.
Let's fill in this last spot with another DC. We've got Teen Titans number 26.
Oh no!
$18. This is the first appearance of Mal Duncan, which becomes DC's first black superhero.
Hey!
Later becomes the Guardian. And this is another one of these fun books. We had one last week where, look, there's a staple down there at the bottom, but they never stapled the top. You can see right there, never stapled.
And just like that other one, we can staple it for you if you want.
We can. We've got a big industrial stapler. We can make sure it never opens. That's $18.
That's also just a cool cover.
It's a good cover.
And they're never going to wear their uniforms
Never.
again. You know, with the color scheme, though, it definitely looks like the Flash just started going streaking. He's like throwing different parts of his costume around.
Well, you know, if anybody could go streaking and not get caught.
Yeah, just think about the wind shear.
Yeah, as always, we'll sit on those books for a minute, let you look over them. You have any questions?
Yeah. Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale, I like what they do.
I know Jeff Loeb has been questionable past few years with his TV productions, but as a writer, he's really good.
So Eric, this is earlier. He of course asked the question: that Marvel Voices issue with all Asian American superheroes, he
Mhm.
asked if Faisal Hussein was in it, who is otherwise known as Excalibur. Guess which team she's on? Across the
Excalibur.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. But yeah, she was for some reason though featured on a variant, even though she wasn't in the stories, which is interesting.
Was that the Inhyukli cover?
It might have been.
No, I think that was the Silk cover.
Okay,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hooray! We both don't know. Alright.
I mean, that's just Rachel Gould can get it.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Mm-hmm. And why is the Spidey so special?
The Spider-Man. That's the third Mysterio.
Right.
Yeah.
One.
That's the third Mysterio. I think Mysterio's on the cover there too. You just can't.
You can't, he's in costume.
Yeah. I think it's the first cover of Mysterio, but you can't find him.
Eric's schooling me in the comments. I will not give him the satisfaction. She's MI13. All right. Some good books.
Yeah. I'm always disappointed when I find like cool books that are just in really bad shape, but I know those books are often only affordable in bad shape.
Mm-hmm.
We like to cater to everybody's budget, specifically mine.
What's that second Batman?
This one?
Yeah, what?
This is what number?
Issue, yeah.
It's a 197.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth appearance of the Silver Age Catwoman, who apparently wore green. The fifth appearance of Batwoman, although it is her first appearance, or Batgirl, her first appearance in a Batman title, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is really badly water damaged across the bottom throughout the book. So that's why it's only $20.
I just looked it up. Yeah, higher grades, put another 0 on that easy.
Oh, yeah.
But we have more books.
We do have more books.
Mm-hmm.
We do. I was telling you earlier this week that I've been very, very fatigued, just very tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought maybe I just need more iron in my diet.
Oh, God.
So I got a lot of Iron Mans here.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
I know you do.
Because, for a moment I was genuinely concerned about you.
Yeah, I have legitimately been fatigued lately. But here we've got, and these are in no particular order. Iron Man 149, Part 1 of Doom Quest. Take that off so you can see that wonderful cover.
We love a reflection cover.
We do.
And that was in the eye.
In the eyeball. Almost as good as that Red Room cover.
Oh, bleh.
We've got Doom Quest Part 2, being only a two-parter. We've got this copy here for $40 at a 6, and then we've got this copy here at a 7 for $55. Virtually the only flaw in this is right there. Little ding there.
That's nothing.
But
Just cover that in some Sharpie and you're fine.
you've got this 6. I'm going to try to get as close as possible. Doesn't really work. This black is almost brown, whereas on the 7, this black is black.
Oh yeah, you can see that.
So it's nice coming across a black book that is actually black. And of course, Doom Quest is a lot of fun. And we're going to go back a few years to Iron Man number 53, the first appearance of Black Llama, for $15. I know
I'm really
he's
excited for a second.
everybody's favorite.
What in the world is going on there?
I don't know.
Huh. I don't know what's going on.
We've got Iron Man number 48 for $30. Graded at an 8. This is such a nice looking book. The only thing going on with this book that takes it to an 8 is that it's discolored because age shows.
Yeah, but God,
The spine is crisp. Everything is beautiful.
it's an old book.
Yes.
It's great.
Unfortunately, it's not a key book. Well, it's only
Yeah.
$30.
Yeah. I mean, say
All right. Tales of Suspense, number 82, Iron Man and Captain America. At a 7 for $30. The first Adaptoid. Not the Super Adaptoid, just the Adaptoid.
just the regular one.
Yep. But again, a 7 for a book this old is really nice. And I've got 2 copies of Tales of Suspense number 68. I've got one at a 4 for $18. This is a bit beat up. The centerfold is loose. I believe it's the lower staple is, like the staple's there, but the centerfold is loose. And then I've got one at a 6 for $30, which is a much better looking book. It's worth the extra $12.
It looks very nice.
And that centerfold is not loose.
Ashby is going to take number 52.
52.
And I think that's Tales of Suspense.
52.
Is that
I
the
don't have a 52. I got a 53.
53?
53?
I don't know.
All right.
Ashby, what do you mean? We want to give you a book.
Well, Tales of Suspense, number 63, graded at a 2 for $25. Really sad that it's in this condition. It's the first Silver Age Captain America origin. $25. You can see it's not in the best shape. And there is a chunk of the back cover missing. I'd say about a 2-inch chunk. But again, it's a great reader copy. Everything's there. And in a similar vein, we've got issue 64. This is not missing a chunk, but there is a little coloring right there. It is beat up. It is worn. It is well read. And this is the first appearance of Black Widow in costume.
Ooh.
Prior to this, she's just been in fancy dress.
What in the world? What kind of costume is that?
That's what Black Widows look like.
Oof. He meant Tales of Suspense 82, which we will get for him.
82. There we go. First Adaptoid.
Throwing pens around. Okay.
I think we will toss up some DC books. We've got Hawkman number 3. Another one from that era in excellent shape. It's at a 7 for $65. I mean, this is... I don't think I've ever seen a Hawkman book from this era in such good condition.
That is very nice.
It is crisp and clean. And then I've also got issue number 5, which is the second appearance of the Shadow Thief, which is pretty damn creepy. Like, if they revamped him like in modern age, like he could be a scary, scary villain.
Like the Vashta Narada?
You can kind of. No, I mean, he's just a shadow.
Well,
He's not a swarm of shadows.
well, he just steals them. I mean, kind of.
Yeah. I've got that at a 6 for $40. There's a little bit of gunk right here. That's part of the 6. Tales of the Unexpected at a 7 for $80. Issue number 63. Not many people are keen. Nobody's looking for Tales of the Unexpected, but I mean, again, it's one of those books from that era that's in really great shape.
Mm-hmm.
I would be remiss if I did not show it. If I did not share it with you good folks. And then a little more recent, Batgirl number 1, the first Cassandra Cain solo series. That is at an 8. There's just on the back side of the top staple, there's just a little creasing. Other than that, it is excellent.
She's so cool. That costume is amazing.
Yes.
She's awesome.
She is awesome. I was first introduced to her while reading the No Man's Land story, which is one of my favorite Batman stories. And I was like, "Who is this? Who's this Batgirl? Why doesn't she talk? Why does her mask sewn shut?"
She's pretty nifty.
She's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Of course, that Tales of the Unexpected is the origin of Rocksteady.
Sure, it is.
Yep.
Yep.
I knew Eric would like it. He says, "Great series, best Batgirl."
Yeah. Oh yeah, Eric, is that the Batgirl number 1 that you need? Because I forgot to ask you earlier, because you got a Batgirl number 1 on your list, but I wasn't sure which series. 2, 4, 6. All right, let's do some Spider-Mans, because nothing topical about Spider-Man right now,
Or that guy.
or Kraven. This is issue 294, The Death of Kraven.
Oh, well, okay.
Spoiler.
Spoiler.
It is issue 5 of the 6-part Kraven's Last Stand story for $30. Got issue 359 out of 7 for $15. This is the first cameo appearance of Carnage. Somewhere in this book there is a red blob, and that is the cameo appearance of Carnage. Yes, sir. The Blob is great. The 80s version of the Blob
Nope.
it's so good.
No.
It's a masterpiece.
No.
You ever seen it?
I prefer the very old one where it's basically just a black trash bag.
That's not the Blob. That's some other crappy movie.
You're a crappy movie.
The original Blob is a masterpiece of technical
Gross.
wizardry.
Technical gross.
Let's spend some money. We've got Amazing Spider-Man 73. First appearance of Silvermane. First appearance of the Man Mountain Marco. Right there. Look at him. If this character wasn't inspired by what's his name, the guy who played Jaws and James Bond.
Oh, yeah.
Keel. Something Keel.
Look it up.
But yeah, I've got this at an 8. It is utterly gorgeous for being what it is. There's a little bit of aging along the side there. Richard Keel.
Richard Keel, yeah. Jeff Baker says 80s Blob was the best.
It's so good.
Ugh.
So good.
Ugh. Gross.
So good. It's brilliant. Amazing Spider-Man 122, Death of Green Goblin, out of 6 for $75. I did take it down to a 6 because I know normally this the inking doesn't matter, but they don't grade those. But this goes all along the spine, and that's just not fair. Without that, it's easily a 7, if not higher. Death of the Green Goblin. There's another money book here. Issue 134, first appearance of Tarantula, and the second appearance of the Punisher. Second Punisher.
Ooh.
I'm sure Christian already owns 2 or 3 of these.
Oh god, yeah.
But this again, I got it at a 9.
That
For
is
$130.
very nice shape.
It's exciting. Yeah, let's go for some more money. Put those down. Amazing Spider-Man 238. This book hits all of the right notes. It is the first Hobgoblin, Roderick Kingsley. It is the newsstand copy, and it has all of the tattoos intact, or it has the tattoo package intact.
Mm.
The only thing that makes this a 7 is on the back cover, right about here, there's about a 1/4 inch tear. To the untrained eye, it looks like a chunk missing, but it's folded over on the inside.
Gotcha.
It is simply a tear. We've got that for $250. Those are some expensive tattoos. Yeah, like the direct edition is like $100 less.
Crazy.
We're gonna let those sit for a minute
Mm-hmm.
while I catch my breath.
So I was just thinking about this.
Mhm.
Why has there
Koozies, $3.
why was there never a Spider-Man villain called like the Exterminator? I feel like that's a missed opportunity.
So I promise you there was an Exterminator somewhere.
I don't know, I just
And
googled
it's
it.
probably copyrighted.
So there was the Exterminators, which was Image,
Okay.
but that's completely different. But just some
I
guy.
think Marvel did have X-Terminators,
Well,
which
sure.
Christian and I both refer to as Terminator X because we're both Public Enemy fans.
Mm. I'm just imagining this cheesy guy with like glasses and like a boiler suit, and like he's got like these twin gas canisters.
What you're picturing is John Goodman from Arachnophobia. That is exactly what you're picturing. And it's a good thing to picture because that movie's great.
I am not. I just kind of like has this spray. And
Have you seen Arachnophobia? Because you're telling the story right there.
Oof.
And it's about spiders.
No, I've done.
It's an unofficial Spider-Man story. How's that?
I feel like it would make sense.
It would make sense.
Gaseous, noxious clouds and
Mhm.
stuff. It's like, I'm gonna get you.
Mm-hmm. John Goodman would be perfect for it.
I don't know. It's like somebody who's like short and dumpy, kind of. I don't know, like Danny
Instead of tall and dumpy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like a Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh. Also, John Goodman's like my dad.
What's his name? Toby Jones.
Toby. I was thinking of him too, honestly.
But Toby Jones has to play.
He's got a little too much dignity.
No,
to him.
he's got to be with the Batman, the ventriloquist. He's got to be that guy. He has to be that guy.
Oh, okay, I get that. Christian says, I believe Punisher was going to be Exterminator, but Stan changed it because of the X-Books, possibly.
That would make sense. Punisher sounds cooler anyway.
Mm-hmm. What called the ventriloquist? What was he called? And then Ashby says his skin was crawling watching that movie, which I
Yeah.
assume is Arachnophobia.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will not watch that.
It's so good.
I won't watch it.
Come on, it's practically Halloween. Watch it.
There's nothing Halloween-y about it.
Being scared.
Ugh. Well, okay. There's
Julian
a difference
Sands is
between
in it.
like spooks and frights and
Mhm.
jumps rather than like, hey, I knowingly know this is gonna be like
No,
the
what
worst
you need to
and
do-
creep me out.
What you need to do is you need to watch it when you go camping.
You think I go camping?
All the time. Is that what you're doing this weekend?
Okay, the last time I went camping,
Alex, if you're watching, make her watch Arachnophobia.
the last time I went camping was at Camp Crystal Lake,
time.
and that had its own terrors to it. John Eisen would like you to go over Spider-Man 122 again, please.
122. Where did I put that?
Nah.
There it is.
I think the only spider-heavy movie I've seen is Eight-Legged Freaks.
It's a good one.
I used to have a thing for David Arquette.
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, dang.
122. I've got it at a 6. Mainly because of, the ink that the vendors would toss on there as like returns or destroys, whatever they did. Overall, it's in really great shape. The cover is a little dirty. You can see some dirt smudges on there, but there's some color breaks here, color break there. Overall, I would say it was a 7 if it wasn't for that, which normally it would be a 7 even with that, but I don't.
Wow,
There's so much.
I've got 3 people asking about 122. However, it does look like Alex claimed it.
Okay.
So, but I'm just going to hold on to it for now.
All right. Well, I'll fill that gap with The Amazing Spider-Man 201 featuring the Exterminator. The Punisher. Sorry, the Punisher. This is a John Romita Sr. cover. $25.
Seriously, we showed it 10 minutes ago, nothing, and then 3 people all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm. Somebody asked about it, and everybody else realized that they wanted
Well,
it.
then Michelle, and then Alex changed his mind. And John was asking about it, but then Michelle Huffman, new to the show, said they were interested in it. So I'm gonna get that figured out.
I'll let you guys figure that out.
Yeah.
I prepared for the next batch.
As you do that, though, can you show 238 again?
238. 238 of what?
ASM.
Where did I put it? Oh, there we go. Yes.
I mean, that's a brutal cover.
It's just a suit. There's nothing inside.
Sure. Oh, I hate Christian. Exterminator X.
Yeah, this is in really good shape. Like I said, I've got it at a 7, just because there's a little tear right there on the back cover. It's a 1/4 inch, if that. Newsstand version, which is more rare. It has the tattoos. I think there's only one tattoo because it's in like a weird envelope-y type cardboard thing.
Ian Smith just wants the tattoos. It's the price you pay to look cool.
Yes.
I mean, you can get a regular tattoo for much cheaper than that.
But does it hold up at CGC?
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I'd like to get my tattoo graded, please.
Some good old books there.
Indeed.
I kind of want to move it a little closer to them.
Like so.
You do that thing again?
Uh-huh. I get bored.
I just heard something crash off screen.
Uh-huh. It wasn't me.
Okay, that went the wrong way.
It did.
Did you just break our new tripod?
I did.
Okay. People with motion sickness.
And up again.
Oh, Jeff Baker with a little tidbit. Fantastic Four number 252 has the same tattoos.
Ooh, that's exciting. Is it the exact same tattoo, or is it
Alright.
Just the same promotion.
Who knows? Probably Jeff Baker. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's what I did. Why'd you let me pick this up?
I don't. What are you doing?
Trying to fix it.
Oh, so Jeff said Spider-Man issue would have them missing because people would take it out of the Fantastic Four issue. Wow. I love giving tidbits from our audience. I love that.
Yes.
Everyone, give us your best tidbit about whatever. Oh, so did you see that Spider-Man teaser?
There's a what now?
Spider-Man teaser
I
trailer?
don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, great. So glad I'm not here this weekend.
I'm a fan of this new camera angle we got set up.
Uh-huh.
It's fun.
Us answering a question from Ashby a while ago, I've seen the What If from today. Paul has not.
I have not. I've been here all day.
I was at work all day.
Yeah. Okay. So I actually work when I'm at work. Is that?
I had a very stressful day. I lost an Allen wrench.
Huh.
I have a very special 2mm Allen key that I have to use for something, and it's just gone. So,
I might have one in my bag.
I might take that from you.
I kind of need it to fix my brakes every day.
I needed to change title signs. Anyway.
Let's look at some more books.
I was just going to say, we have more books. Ooh, we have good books. Show me what you got.
We've got Invaders #1 out of 7 for $70. The first team up of Submariner, the Human Torch, Captain America, and Bucky's in there somewhere, hiding. Probably behind the post-it note.
Was there ever a Namor Human Torch fight?
Oh yeah.
So, who won?
That depends on your point of view. Namor has basically fought everybody because he's a grump.
Well, yeah, except for those times that he smiles. Those few times.
Howard the Duck #1. Yes, please. Graded out of 5 for $25. Good stuff. Very, very good stuff. Classic. Satire at its best.
Yeah. It was nice seeing him show up in What If.
He was in What If.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that glare is just awful.
We will diffuse the lights. Eventually.
Oh yeah, looks like I got some Thor books here. People are like a little guy named Thor. We've got 144 out of 7. Another one of these nice looking 7 books for $35.
Do you think that's a perspective thing? Or is it just a very, very large rod?
I don't know. 139, another 7 for $50. I don't know who this guy is, but he's got a camera on his head.
That's 139?
It is. Let's move on to some Tales to Astonish. Issue number 99 out of 6 for $20. The first full appearance of Lord Seth, a friend of Namor. I kind of got ahead of myself there because I've got Tales to Astonish number 98, the first cameo appearance of Lord Seth, friend and ally to Namor, for $50, graded out of 5,
So,
or graded at a 6 for $40.
It's interesting because, like, you would think that it's discolored, but that's just
Yeah.
artistic choices.
I think they're underwater.
Well, that camera guy is Oracle.
Oracle. Not to be confused with Batman's Oracle. Or be confused. I don't care.
Sure.
Got a couple Captain Americas. 307 out of 6 for 15. We've had this guy before. What's his name, Rose?
Madcap.
Madcap. Who am I? Madcap. Which is, if you are a local, there's a Venice, Florida punk band called Madcap, going back to the early 90s. Captain America 312, first appearance of Flag Smasher out of 6 for $20. Which kind of just looks like Space Ghost.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly. It just needs a yellow cape.
Mm-hmm. And a monkey.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Why wasn't the monkey in Coast to Coast?
Oh, couldn't get the right voice actor.
Hmm.
Black Knight #1, the first solo series for Dane Whitman. At an 8 for $15. Good chance this is going to go up in 4 months, 5 months, whenever that movie comes out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't imagine it won't.
How many spots I got left? Okay. These are fun. I was going to save these for October, but I got excited about it. From Atlas Comics, the second Atlas Comics, Planet of Vampires #1, written by Larry Hama.
Look how pulpy. So pulpy.
So pulpy. $20. And look at that. At an 8 for $15, there's issue #2. It's a good Dracula.
Mm-hmm. Space Dracula.
Yes. And issue #3. Only 3 issues of this book was ever made. Got the whole series right here. And if you know anything about Atlas from the 70s, not really well run. So each issue has different creative teams.
Huh.
There's a very good chance that those are going to go home with me if nobody picks them up. Because
Yeah.
I've been looking for them.
I see that.
I have been looking for them.
Huh. Speaking of movies coming out in a few months, did you hear Venom might be pushed back again?
Well, I mean, the last thing I saw was that it's fall.
Oh, no. They're saying 2022.
Really?
Well, there was that report because apparently Sony is not confident that they'll be able to fill theaters because Delta.
Uh-huh.
But then comicbook.com just said, well, we think that's wrong. So,
Okay.
still up in the air, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know either.
What a weird 2 years.
It's been a weird couple years, yes. It has indeed. But hey, at least we get Shang-Chi in a couple weeks. Or Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
I'm really bad at pronouncing things. Shang-Chi. I'm really excited for that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Those fights look awesome.
And that latest trailer, showed a little more humor, heart to it.
Well, speaking of the Spider-Man trailer, Wong...
Oh, are we allowed to speak about it? I don't know. You seemed very upset.
Wong sneaking off to what's clearly looks to be Kamatage or wherever they're having their battle
Mm-hmm.
in the in the Shang-Chi movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good chance that those two movies take place at the same time.
There's a lot going on in like a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. John Idson would like that Black Knight, which is a very, very smart purchase on his behalf.
So there we go, sir.
I was not expecting them to go with that kind of characterization for Strange. You know, casual vacation dad.
Well, I mean, it's very out of character for
Mhm.
him to like do something like that. So we'll see. I'm going to fill in that spot with a book that I own. Otherwise, I would be taking it. Saga of Swamp Thing #1. This is #1 of the second series of Swamp Thing. Alan Moore takes over on issue 20, I believe, or 21. So this is still early, more monstery, less philosophical, but still great.
Back when Swamp Thing was really good. Before the creative team change. Ashby is saying it looks like Sinister Six is coming.
Yeah.
Mayhaps?
Yeah. No, I absolutely buy into that theory.
All I know is I do not want Ned to be Hobgoblin.
Why not?
I don't know.
These two fun and friendly.
Well, normally they pepper in like a couple of little things, unless they do like the Darkest Timeline kind of a thing.
Well, we'll be getting a lot of timelines.
True. But nice to see Alfred Molina.
Mm-hmm. Looking de-aged.
Okay.
Yes. It's going to be a good time. They haven't pushed that back yet, so December, that's going to be fun. Week right before Christmas. Hopefully people go out and, get vaccinated so they can stop interfering with my movies. Yeah.
I didn't get that one. Like, there's that one scene where he's like in high school and like all the kids like have their phones.
Yeah.
I would just not go.
Right.
I don't know. People like said I was a murderer. I would be like, I'm probably not going to go to school today.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
But you're not Peter Parker.
That's true.
You're not affable.
I'm affable.
She says in a tone.
I'm plenty effing affable.
Oh. Well, shoot, it's 8:15.
Do we have more books?
Just a couple.
Okay.
Just a couple.
I want to see more books.
Just a couple.
Oh, that old chestnut.
I just have a couple more books that I had prepared today. We've got Marvel graphic novel #1, The Death of Captain Marvel by Jim Starlin.
Hey, he's done some stuff.
He has. $20. It's out of 5. It's not in the best of shapes. The back cover has a bit more wear than what you see on the front here, but it's a must-have for any fan of the Marvel cosmic universe.
Or death, I guess.
Yeah, way to bring it up.
Hey, it's right there. I'm looking at him.
Marvel graphic novel #5. God Loves, Man Kills.
Kills.
$30 at an 8. Really good shape.
Mm-hmm. We've had some of these, and they have gone quickly.
Yes.
And I think that's the nicest copy we've had.
It's a very nice copy. And the last thing I've got, which I literally just found in a box today, would have been cool to have found it 2 months ago.
That's the story.
Avengers 196, the first full appearance of Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Out of 7 for $100. Rose is making herself laugh, pretending to be Skeletor.
Yeah.
So, now that we've got a few minutes left, just let us know if you have any questions about anything.
And
I'm gonna play with the camera.
we have had a few new people, which we love.
Yes, thank you for joining us, everybody.
And if there's something in particular you're looking for, let us know.
Hi, Hunter.
What's up? Okay, cool.
I just love
All right.
I just
We're being invaded by the front end of the store.
Ugh. Ugh.
I am a treat and a delight.
But yeah, if there's particular things you're looking for, let us know.
Mhm.
I scoured a ton of X-Men,
Yes,
and then you graded a ton of X-Men.
I did. We are, I'm hesitant to say this because we're totally not organized with our back issues yet, but I have taken the request of a list. So if you have a list, you can send it to us and it will go in a folder and I will keep my eye out for those things.
That's all we can promise.
Yes.
Right now.
Because you can see our background is a lot of short boxes. There's a lot of work to be done to get those sorted and actually alphabetized. It's
It's a lot.
a lot.
I don't know. Not much else to talk about. Are you gonna have a show on Saturday?
Oh yeah, Rose will not be here because she's gonna leave us.
Forever.
So it's gonna be
No.
me and Brian, the man, the owner, man who pays my paychecks. He's gonna be behind the computer. I'm gonna be right here where I always am. I'm not allowed to leave.
I might be watching, scoping out technical difficulties that you
Uh-huh.
all have.
And mocking us.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, I mean, that's just absolutely, of course.
But yeah, on the Comic Book Shopping Network Facebook page, that is where we will be. 11 o'clock Saturday morning. What? I'm terrible with time. Eastern?
Yeah.
Eastern? Okay.
Eastern.
I don't know time zones. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those things.
Mm-hmm. Are you from Ohio? Aren't they Eastern too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you've always lived in the Eastern time zone.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It's just one of those things that like people have like blindnesses for different things, and that's something that I
totally get that. I've told you about my problem with leap year. I have to stay up to see what the clock does. I hate it.
Mhm.
It ruins one night every 6 months.
That's not here.
Whatever.
All right. And also, if you are catching this on a rerun or you're watching us now live and you are still deciding things, you can hit us up on DS Live and you can yell at Rose and say, "You want this book? I want this book."
And I'll be like, okay.
And she'll be like, "I'm on vacation."
I'm on vacation.
So.
Oh. Christian swooping in, Swamp Thing and Batgirl. Claimed.
Oh, goodness.
We got you, babe.
Swamp Thing
And Bagirl.
and Batgirl.
We got you. Go enjoy your vacation. Are they still in Hilton?
They're not here.
They're definitely not here. We miss them. Okay.
We do. We miss you, Christian.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's it.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
This is the worst. Just the worst.
What a delicious koozie. Tastes like Mountain Dew. $3.
Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a good evening.